2023 has been a great year for movies. More specifically, it's been a great year for horror movies. With so many new releases, it's hard to choose which ones are my favorites, and which ones I never want to see again. And some of these movies are so terrifying that they've become my favorites that I never want to see again. I'm Aidan, and today I'm going to be covering the scariest movies to come out so far this year. So make sure to pack a blanket, and maybe bring someone to hold your hand, because here are the top 5 2023 horror movies you need to watch with the lights on. Oh, and spoiler warning for all the movies I'm covering. We're diving deep. At number 5, Insidious The Red Door. Standing as the 5th installment to the bone-chilling Insidious franchise, The Red Door acts as a conclusion to the Lambert family saga and their never-ending struggle with the Further, and the many demons that inhabit the realm. The 2023 supernatural horror film has sent shivers down the spines of audiences, cementing its status as a terrifying addition to the Insidious franchise. Directed by Patrick Wilson in his directorial debut, this movie takes horror to new heights. The film reunites fans with familiar faces from previous installments such as Ty Simpkins, Rose Byrne, and Lin Shaye. The storyline takes place 9 years after the events of Insidious Chapter 2, and follows Josh Lambert, played by Patrick Wilson, who is grappling with repressed memories of his traumatic experiences in the Further, a realm beyond our own that harbors dark spirits. His life is in disarray, with a strained relationship with his son Dalton. When Dalton begins to paint a disturbing image of the eponymous Red Door that leads to the Further, the horror unfolds. As Dalton delves into the world of astral projection, he encounters a malevolent spirit at his college frat party. This spirit, coupled with a YouTube video featuring Elise Rainier, a recurring character in the Insidious series that explains astral projection and the Further, sets the stage for spine-chilling events. Dalton's attempts at astral projection lead to a confrontation with the menacing red-faced demon that haunted him as a child. Yes, that same infamous demon from the first Insidious movie. The plot thickens when Dalton's brother Foster reveals recurring dreams of a possessed Josh trying to harm them, a callback to Insidious Chapter 2, where the Lambert family has their memories wiped of the terrifying events at the end of the movie. Dalton's artistic expression becomes a vehicle for unlocking repressed memories, as his paintings reveal the truth behind their family's haunting past. However, Dalton gets trapped in the Further, forcing Josh and his now ex Renee to journey into the Further and rescue him. The film builds suspense as they confront the demon in a terrifying showdown, leading to a climactic battle to seal the Red Door and banish the Further's horrors once and for all. Insidious The Red Door masterfully combines psychological horror with supernatural elements. The fear factor is amplified as the characters confront their past and the malevolent forces that threaten to consume them. The demon's relentless pursuit keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. The film's success is evident in its box office performance, grossing an impressive $187 million worldwide, making it the highest grossing film in the Insidious franchise. While it has received mixed reviews from critics, it has undeniably struck a chord with horror enthusiasts, leaving them trembling with fear and eagerly anticipating what nightmares the franchise will conjure next. As the movie concludes with a hint of reconciliation and a glimmer of hope, it leaves the audience with a lingering sense of unease. Insidious The Red Door proves that the franchise still knows how to terrify and captivate, making it a must-watch for horror aficionados. Next, at number 4, Malum. A reboot of the 2014 film Last Shift, Malum is a horror thriller directed by Anthony de Blasi, which released in May. The premise is that of a rookie cop taking the last shift at a decommissioned police station where a group of cult members ended their lives years prior. The perfect recipe for a horror movie that will leave you shaking in your very seat. The film begins with a disturbing glimpse of young girls in extreme distress, accompanied by gruesome and gory images to boot. Throughout the movie, there is a recurring theme of bovine symbolism that adds to the eerie atmosphere, as cult members sing and dance in praise of an entity known as the Low God. Luckily, the cult is put to a stop when we are introduced to Will Lauren, a hero cop who had previously raided a cult led by a man named John Malum. Hey, that's the title of the movie. He saves the captive girls from a ritualistic sacrifice. However, in a dark twist, Lauren brutally kills 3 fellow officers before doing the same to himself, while expressing his devotion to the enigmatic Low God. A year later, we meet Jessica Lauren, the daughter of Will, a rookie cop preparing for her first shift. She harbors resentment towards her father and seeks answers about his violent rampage. Her journey begins in her father's old precinct, where she meets many cult members known as mountain folk. Inside the deserted station, she encounters a series of eerie occurrences, including disturbing visions and cryptic phone calls. As Jessica's investigation continues, she discovers footage showcasing the brutality of John Malum and his cult, including a gruesome sequence. She learns that her her own mother, Diane, was part of the cult, and Jessica herself was baptized in the red bodily fluids of Malum. The tension escalates when the police station is raided by Malum's followers, and Jessica attempts to rescue kidnapped girls, only to witness their horrifying deaths. The film reaches its climax when Jessica's mother returns to the station, and Jessica is forced to face the demon they call the Low God, only to discover that it is her own mother. In a heart-wrenching moment, Jessica takes her own life, leading her into a nightmarish afterlife. The film ends with Jessica in hell, sitting beside Malum as his queen. Pretty messed up if you ask me, but hey, we don't watch horror movies for their happy endings. At number 3, Box Barcelona. If any of you remember when the first Bird Box movie took the world by storm in 2018, I'm sure most of you remember when the first Bird Box movie took the world by storm in 2018. The premise was simple. There are monsters that kill you if you can see them, so everyone has to live a life of blindness in order to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. The movie garnered so much success that they released a spin-off sequel, Bird Box Barcelona, this July. As the title suggests, the movie takes place in the same world as the first, but instead of rural America, it's in Barcelona, Spain. A man named Sebastian and his daughter Anna journey together in this desolate landscape where survival relies on blindfolds worn outdoors to shield against these malevolent beings. On their journey, they encounter a group of survivors who believe that they know the whereabouts of a generator that can provide light and warmth. He joins them in a shelter with a bus hangar. However, as dawn breaks, Sebastian takes a sinister turn. He drives a bus outside, causing everyone to lose their blindfolds, and slowly guides them to open their eyes, ensuring that they come in contact with the horrifying entities, killing them. Astonishingly, Sebastian remains unaffected, revealing himself as a seer. His daughter Anna commends her father for saving these people and encourages him to find other lost sheep, a stark contrast from the more heroic protagonist of the first movie. The narrative then rewinds 9 months, when the entities first emerged, prompting mass migration. Sebastian and Anna found refuge in a church under the guidance of Padre Esteban, who viewed these entities as angels liberating humanity from suffering through death. Despite their attempts to hide, a group of seers led by Padre captured them. Tragically, Anna was forced to open her eyes and perished. When Sebastian confronted the entities, he didn't meet his end, but instead saw an apparition of Anna, a presence that has accompanied him ever since, urging him to save others. Yeah, this one's weird. Throughout the movie, Sebastian attempts to save all sorts of other survivors, until finding a change of heart, and he begins to resist the influence of his late daughter's apparition. This conflict within himself comes to a close when he sacrifices his own life to aid 2 other survivors so they can get to a safe haven and potentially find a way to counteract the monsters that no one can see. It's an interesting concept and a scary movie, but the film garnered little success, as many say it doesn't capture the same mystery and fear that its predecessor did. At number 2, Infinity Pool. Released in January, Infinity Pool is a sci-fi horror film about a struggling writer and his wife on vacation who, after an accident, discover the country's dark culture. Author James Foster and his wife Em vacation to the fictional seaside country of Litolka. Their already strained marriage takes a darker turn when they befriend a couple, Gabby and Albin, fans of James' sole published book. Together, they break the resort rules to explore the countryside. During their excursion, a tragic accident occurs when James hits a local man while driving, causing his death. Gabby insists that they can't involve the corrupt local authorities, and a unique form of justice is revealed. The guilty can pay a fee to be cloned, and the clone is executed in their place. James, using his wife's wealth, opts for this option but must watch his clone's execution. Em is appalled and wants to leave, but James is oddly drawn to the spectacle. As James's stay extends, he meets a group of tourists who annually return to commit crimes and watch their clones die. Encouraged by this group, James descends into a life of crime, partaking in robberies, abusing staff, and killing locals. James's descent reaches a horrifying point when he's tricked into brutalizing his own clone. In a moment of clarity, he tries to escape but is abducted by the group, who want him to become a fellow killer tourist. After fleeing and collapsing at a farm, James is once again confronted by the group, who demand he kill his own clone. He reluctantly does so, visibly disturbed. Gabby's bizarre act of comfort further unsettles him. As the group leaves for the US, James decides to stay behind. Alone amidst a monsoon at the closed resort, he reflects on the harrowing events he has experienced. Yeah, creepy as hell. If I had a clone, I'd probably just ask him to do chores and play video games with me. None of that weird killing stuff. Number 1, Talk to Me. Released in July, Talk to Me is an Australian supernatural horror film about a group of teenagers who discover they are able to contact spirits using a mysterious embalmed hand. But things take a turn for the worst when one of them takes things too far. The story goes like this. At a crowded house party, Cole searches for his brother Duckett, but their encounter takes a horrifying turn as Duckett stabs his brother and then himself in the face. 17-year-old Mia grapples with her mother Rhea's death 2 years earlier and her strained relationship with her father Max. Mia, along with her friend Jade and Jade's brother Riley, sneaks out to a gathering where a severed, embalmed hand with mysterious powers is the main attraction. This hand allows people to commune with spirits by saying, "Talk to me," and then letting the spirit possess them by saying, "I let you in," for up to 90 seconds. Mia is the first to try it, and she becomes possessed by a malevolent spirit with a dangerous interest in Riley. However, others at the gathering manage to sever the connection before anything terrible happens. The group gathers again the next night at Jade's house to use the hand. Riley, against Jade's wishes, participates and appears to be possessed by Mia's deceased mother Rhea, seeking reconciliation. Mia lets the possession continue beyond the time limit, and Riley's body is taken over by malevolent spirits, causing him to repeatedly harm himself. This is where things go really awry. Haunted by visions of Rhea, Mia is ostracized by Jade and her mother Sue, who blame her for Riley's condition. Mia uses the hand secretly to contact Rhea, who claims her death was accidental and that she must help Riley, who remains possessed and constantly harms himself. Rhea tells Mia that Riley must die to be set free, leading Mia to kidnap Riley from the hospital. She is on the brink of pushing him into oncoming traffic, but when Rhea insists they'll have him forever, Mia realizes the spirits are manipulating her. She steps away, and Jade arrives just in time to save Riley. Mia ends up injured on the road, and in a surreal twist, realizes she has died and become a spirit. She is drawn to another party where the same ritual with the embalmed ham has taken place. The story concludes with Mia becoming part of the spectral cycle, as someone at the new party says, "I let you in." Damn, don't mess with severed hands, I guess, you guys. But anyway guys, that's it for our time together today. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what the scariest movie you've ever seen this year was in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe while you're at it, and I'll see you in the next one.